at the South Australia Aquatic and Leisure Centre for night 3 of 6 of the Australian Swimming Trials as we count down to Singapore 2025. James Bracey with you. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia, and great to be in the company of the legendary Ariane Titmus as well. Hello, Arnie.
Hey, Brace.
All right, game on a very special night here in Adelaide as we headed over for the women's 200 free final to Gian Rooney and Matthew Thompson.
Good evening, James. Great insight from Arnie there, and great to be here for night 3 action in South Australia. It's a compelling night ahead, Gian. We've got the power and the speed of the 50. We've got the stamina and the strategy of the 800 freestyle. We've got...
Take your marks.
The first race of the night is a showstopper. Lani Pallister in lane 4. Having a wonderful week in the pool. Molly O'Callaghan, lane 5. Jamie Perkins, lane 3. They're all Olympic finalists, all representing Australia last year in Paris. At the top of the pool, Amelia Webber, though, has gone out hard. And as Ariane knows, and she's with us poolside, that seems to be the methodology from Dean Boxall's swimmers. Let's take it out.
Absolutely. I mean, Molly has an incredible back end in her 200, so the only way for these women to stay with her and have a chance is to take it out hard and try and hold on. We can see Lani going out hard. Molly looks so controlled. Her stroke rate is so low. It'll be interesting to see how fast they turn here.
Watching Lani head on in, you can see her stroke rate is slightly higher. She's always been that way as a distance swimmer. Molly much more even, as Arnie talked about earlier. Molly's underwater is extraordinary, but having a great swim is Hannah Casey. Hannah had the best of the starts across the field early and has really held that slight lead throughout that halfway mark. She's giving Molly a run for her money. Lani's hanging on. Expect Molly to move through the field off this third turn.
As was the case in the heats, every swimmer is in front of the qualifying time. They turn with 50 metres to swim. Molly O'Callaghan has hit the front from Lani Pallister. Hannah Casey there in third position. But the Olympic champion starting to assert her authority. Out by a third of a body length with 25 metres to swim. Lani's got good finishing capabilities because of her distance pedigree. But this is a doddle by Molly O'Callaghan. She was never more than a body length away, and she's going to pull away on the line. And she's off to Singapore and has a chance to win another World Championship. Lani Pallister in second position will be alongside her.
154.43 for Molly. 154.89 for Lani.
Lani went out hard.
Also worth mentioning, we've got Jamie Perkins in third and Abby Webb in fourth. Of course, our relay team is all important. So many of these girls fighting for a spot on the relay team. It's actually equal fourth between Abby Webb and Hannah Casey. So that bodes really well for us. We obviously lost a number of our big names that have featured in this 4x2 for many, many years after Paris. So a rebuilding phase. It is only Molly and Lani that have featured in that 4x2 from last year. So great swim by Jamie Perkins.
What a commanding win by Molly. That was just a swim of absolute authority. It was almost disdainful.
She got to swim the race her own way. Very much her own way, very much on her terms. The win was never in doubt. It was always about the time and whether or not she was going to have someone pushing her enough for that time. Lani did a great job though.
So quite incredibly, she's already qualified for 3 individual swims in Singapore, 2 in the backstroke and this in the event that she dominates. She's with Kate.
Well, it is an absolute love fest down here. Molly, I am going to start with you. Congratulations. You are a very tough critic on yourself. What did you make of that swim tonight?
Oh, that was awful. Look, I've had a rough couple past months, so try not to. Tonight was really stressful for me, and I think, like, even though it's not the time I exactly want, it's just hard to, like, come back. I would say this lead up has been the hardest thing that I've experienced so far, so I'm happy I can make the team this year. But yeah, like, I don't think there's been anything as hard as this, coming here and trying to race and trying to, defend my Olympic, status in a way. But, I'm just happy that I stood up and just raced my main event. So, yeah.
Molly, I think that I can speak for every single person in the stands, at home and around the world, to say that you absolutely do us proud. Every time you hit the pool, your guts, your determination, the way you race, the way you carry yourself, you do Australia proud, and you should be so incredibly proud. And you get to go and represent Australia again.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough, but I'm very excited to do it alongside Lani. She raced amazing, big PB, so I'm really proud of her and what everyone accomplished in this final tonight.
Lani, I might bring you in, and congratulations first up. That is a massive personal best. You are absolutely flying.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. After the Olympics last year, obviously I moved to St. Peter's, and I think once you're in that environment, my perspective completely changed. And to be day in, day out with Molly, some of the sets she does just are absolutely unbelievable. Molly's such a tough critic on herself, but I texted her this morning and told her that I draw inspiration from her. So just being able to be in the pool with Molly racing and being able to be in the pool with a teammate and Jamie as well, it'll be a really exciting 4x2 this summer. Those times are so good, and I think it'll be a really tough battle between the Americans, but I know all of us are pretty keen to give it a crack, and yeah, I can't wait to go and represent my country.
Talk to me a little bit about that team, because it is so unique. You two are competing against each other in the pool. You're now training together. You're sending each other messages of support. How does that work?
I don't know. I think it's pretty easy. Our relationship's always been incredible. We've traveled together since 2019, and Jamie as well. 3 of us are top 3, and we have to race day in and day out. But I think ultimately we're all friends before we're competitors, and we get in the pool and we get the job done. But as soon as we touch the wall, it's all love. So yeah, I just think Dean's done a really incredible job of fostering that relationship between all of us, and it's something I'm incredibly grateful for, that post my career, however long that is, I'll have friends for life. So yeah.
Well, they do say that love is the most powerful force in the universe. Molly, what does it mean to have the support of your squad mates, everyone in the crowd tonight?
I think it's incredible, especially having my teammates alongside me. And, we push each other day in and out. And, when they're doing well, I'm doing well. So it kind of bounces off each other. And that's why it really shows the top 3 women. It's really hard having to challenge yourself against your competitors day in, day out, but I think it's worth it in the long run. And just to have everyone here to support us, and especially coaches, Dean and the support staff, to get us ready for this comp and all the other comps, and dealing with all our stuff, have definitely helped a long way. We wouldn't be able to be in this position right now without them.
Well, Molly, you showed guts, bravery, vulnerability. They are all wrapped up into one. Lani, you showed what a beautiful supporting spirit can do. Congratulations, both of you ladies. You are on the plane to Singapore.
It's a competition that has certainly been going for almost, I would say, 2 decades. But, we saw them share the podium in Tokyo. We saw them share the podium together in Paris. But Grant Scooter Patterson, he's really coming a long way. And I think we'll touch a little bit more about that in the race, because we are about to see them walk out onto pool deck.
And they've been building this up themselves on social media today as a state of origin battle. Queensland against Victoria. Silver medalist the last 2 Paralympics. And Scooter has claimed the bronze in both of those races. Expect lead changes, and it's Ahmed Kelly who gets off to the fast start with the long underwater here in the first 50.
Now, both of these athletes here in the SM3 class. So this class is for swimmers that have reasonable arm strokes but no use of their legs or trunk. Now, Ahmed Kelly obviously does use what's left of his legs for propulsion, but he still is a double leg amputee here. It also includes swimmers with severe coordination problems in all limbs, so those with cerebral palsy. We see that with Rachel Watson in the S3 class, and some athletes that have amputations. But at the moment, they're head-to-head. You can see they have 2 very different strokes, with Grant Scooter Patterson doing a traditional backstroke. Ahmed Kelly actually doing a double arm backstroke with a breaststroke kick. So as a lower class swimmer, you do need to be very creative with how you put together your stroke.
So our first lead change happened after about 25 metres, and Scooter turns in front. 58.01 seconds, and Kelly has 2.25 seconds to make up, and he'll do that in this breaststroke leg.
Well, Kelly is the favourite for this event. He's the Australian SM3 record holder, a 256.26, which he swam in Adelaide in this pool all the way back in 2019. But his breaststroke leg is something to behold. His split this morning was actually around about 6 seconds faster than Scooter. So we will expect to see Ahmed Kelly make some ground on Grant Scooter Patterson here. But as I mentioned before, Scoots has been working extremely hard on his freestyle. So Ahmed needs to make sure that he's getting enough ground on Scooter just to give him a little bit of breathing room in that freestyle leg.
No shave down for Scooter. This is his last event of the meet. Are you surprised by that?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I think I would have expected him to shave down tonight to see just how fast he can go. But on the other hand, he's already made the qualifying times in 2 different events. So he's off on the plane to Singapore. And that beard certainly takes definitely a lot of dedication to grow something like that. So maybe he just wanted to keep it around.
So is that buffer of nearly 3.5 seconds enough? Scooter tries to hunt down his great mate in the final lap here. Ahmed Kelly would have preserved some energy in the heat this morning. Does he have enough in the tank? Because Scooter will finish hard.
I think Scooter's struggling a little bit here. He traditionally breathes every 4 strokes in his freestyle leg. You can see here he's breathing every 4 and then every 2, trying to get a bit more oxygen in and chase down Ahmed Kelly. And I think it's everybody's worst nightmare to finish a medley on a butterfly stroke, but Ahmed Kelly doesn't do the traditional freestyle crawl. He's doing a butterfly stroke with a breaststroke kick. You can see here Grant Scooter Patterson starting to make some ground, but I think Ahmed Kelly's given himself enough of a lead to take out the race.
So Kelly about 5 metres away now. Scooter with that finishing burst. Kelly played it cleverly, didn't he? Conserved energy in the heat and wins the final. Beats his great mate by 2.29 seconds, and they'll both be gunning for medals in Singapore.
Incredible race by Kelly. In fact, 2 seconds faster than the heat swim this morning, I think. Scooter, he looks like he has left it all in the pool there. He doesn't have anything left. Fraction off his heat time this morning, but it's a long way to go for an S3 swimmer. Incredible swimming from both of them. They're both off to Singapore, both made qualifying times this morning.
Scoot, I thought that... Well, look, I got to go to the winner first, so before you grab the mic. All right. I was going to say, we were nearly in for an upset this morning, but Ahmed, you saved the best for the final.
That was the goal. Still working on that process, trying to challenge the world. And yeah, we're getting there.
And what did you make of that swim?
It hurt the last 50 metres. I knew Scooter was coming at me, so just gave it everything I can. The Goots were trying to let go, but I was just like, nah, got to get to the end, so it was good.
Now, we have heard and we've seen a beautiful package about your friendship and your rivalry. Scoot,
What?
you're on now. Yeah.
Come on, just talk to Marty.
All right, well, eyes on me, focus. Good. What does it mean to have a friend like Ahmed?
Oh, it's amazing. Like, we've known each other since 2009. And to be mates for that long, and then also, I'm not sure if but to share a podium at Tokyo and Paris, like back to back, that's pretty special. And to be mates through thick and thin, yeah.
It's pretty special. Now, I am going to get you to go a little bit deep and tell me, Ahmed, I want you to tell me what you love most about Scoot, and then Scoot, I'm going to ask you the reverse question, and we're going to have to keep your answer a little bit short.
Oh, Scoot is an amazing character on the team. He's very approachable. He's quite hilarious. He's a great leader, and he'll tell you as it is. So he'll give you the honest, hard truth, and that's what we got to love about Scoot, and the way he conducts himself around the team shows great leadership. And we're so much better as a team having Scoot on board, and just gives you that extra confidence when you go into the race. You have a bit of doubt, he'll be there, keeping things simple and really get you to enjoy it.
It's so beautiful. And Scoot, favourite thing about Ahmed?
Do you ask us to keep it short because we're short?
I did. Look, I didn't give him that same advice, but yeah.
No, definitely all the same stuff. Ahmed is a very caring and giving person, and he'll give you a skin off his back. And that's what I love about him so much. Also, a hard-working person, similar to me. He hasn't got his hands and feet. I'm short, but, you know, he gets through life and inspires me. Like, you watch him how he uses his phone. Random people with fingers have trouble push a button, but he goes, you know what I mean? He does different things, different way. And he's amazing, and that's why we've been mates for so long. And probably the height similarity. But no, just a great bloke, and he's good to have on the team. And I can't wait to go to Singapore with him and see what we can do.
Well, we all think that you are both amazing, and we can't wait to watch you go and absolutely kill it in Singapore. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Kate. Don't forget your beanie.
Well, but now has her chance yet again out there in the women's 50 breaststroke final as we hand it over to Tomo for the next race of the night.
Thanks, James. I think we're predicting more tears if she could seal another individual swim. The all-important qualifying time. No shortage of competition for the 16-year-old rising star. Sienna Tui swimming out of lane 6. He's made an excellent start. Lane 7, Cielo Walo quickly away from the blocks. And then starting to come through Mia O'Leary. Sienna Harbin in lane 5. Gee, this is a tight race, isn't it? Maybe O'Leary. O'Leary leading the way. Here comes Sienna Tui, the 16-year-old. She's starting to rattle home. I think she's going to get there. She's going to make it 2 from 2. We've got a star on our hands now. 2 swims, 2 events that she has locked away. Sienna Tui, welcome to the big time.
Well, she's like, oh, what's that time? 30.79 for Sienna Tui to win the 50 breaststroke. She's just outside her personal best time again tonight, so not faster than this morning. And they're just outside that qualifying time of 30.33. But because she's already on the team, she will get the opportunity to swim this in Singapore once again. Sienna Harbin in second position with a 30.90. She's done a big PB.
Oh. They're riding every emotion this week.
Shannon Rowlandson, who's been looking after Sienna Tui for the last 6 weeks in Canberra.
Well, there were tears of joy from Sienna Tui last night. I could imagine that she's equally as happy this evening. She's with Kate.
It is all smiles on pool deck. Sienna, congratulations. Got the win, close to a personal best. But what has the past 24 hours been like for you?
Very, very, very exciting. It's been very hard to come down from the high yesterday and have to race today. But I think I handled it pretty well, with Mum obviously keeping me grounded. So
I think you've handled it beautifully, my dear. So cool, calm and collected. What did your mum say to you? The first thing she said?
She just said, "You did it." And gave me a big hug.
That's all that needs to be said. Now, Aubrey would have gone ballistic last night. Has your phone just been blowing up?
Yeah, definitely. So's my dad's and everyone's has.
And what are you most looking forward to now that you can call yourself an Australian Dolphin? What are you most looking forward to?
Singapore, definitely. Going on tour, training camps with them, everything.
Do you get to miss out on some school?
Well, I can't say that I've gone that much this term, but yeah, I get to miss out on more.
Yeah, well, excellence doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen in the classroom if it needs to happen in the pool. So big sorry to Sienna's teachers, everyone, but we need her here right now. Congratulations, Sienna. You have just been an absolute delight.
Thank you.
Thanks. So the men's 50 breaststroke next on a jam-packed menu on this third night here in Adelaide. An event that's been the domain of the great Adam Peaty. The world record has stood since 2017. Men's 50 breaststroke final. Good start, Grayson Bell. He's come up ahead of the field. James McKechnie next to him in lane 3, probably his nearest challenger. And Bailey Lello out in lane 8, not too far away. Grayson Bell in front. McKechnie right up there. Wilkes starting to come through. This is a cracking finish on the cards. Maybe Grayson Bell narrowly. Wilkes is starting to come.
Oh.
Wilkes has got there. 27.52, doesn't quite beat the blue line, but he's done the breaststroke double. Nash Wilkes.
Oh. So 27.52 for Nash Wilkes. Second spot is Grayson Bell with a 27.55. So we have a look at the start. Grayson was exceptional off the blocks. He was clear by the 15-metre rope. And it was Nash Wilkes showing that, I guess, endurance from the 100 the other night, to take out the 100 other night, that really touch on the wall, driving to the wall. So both outside qualifying time.
So Nash narrowly missed the qualifying time in the 100, but we do have to take a swimmer to partake in those relays, so you can pretty much lock away he'll be on the plane to Singapore. Let's go to Kate. I'm sure he's happy.
Sure is happy. Now, Nash, you just narrowly missed the qualifying time in the 100, narrowly missed it in that 50, but you're pretty much a guaranteed spot on the plane. Has it sunk in yet that you're going to be going to Singapore?
Definitely not, no. I've had a lot of close friends congratulating me, and it's just, yeah, just lost for words. Still can't believe it. Just happy with this week, but just even more excited because I know this is only the start and just what's to come. Yeah, just full credit again to all my coaches and everyone who helps me get here. So stoked again.
Well, congratulations. We cannot wait to watch you go over to Singapore. I'm sure that you will be able to race this over there as well. Go celebrate. Job well done.
200 metres butterfly final. Jan, I'm so surprised Australia's never won a medal in this at a World Champs. The best we've done is 7th.
It's quite extraordinary, isn't it? Like, when you think about how long since we've had a 200 butterflyer and the opportunities that opens up, we really need to be working on the depth of this event. We really need to be identifying young ones coming through and targeting them towards this event, because it is a weaker spot on our team.
Take your marks.
It's a race dominated by global superstars. The men 200 metres butterfly. Christophe Milak, Leon Marchand, Michael Phelps among the superstars who have dominated in this most grueling event.
It's an incredible start from Harrison Turner in lane 4. Brilliant start, up first. I mean, in turn, William Petrick in lane 5 just seemed to get left on the blocks ever so slightly. Doesn't mean a huge issue in a 200 event, but you can see all of a sudden the easy speed that Harrison Turner has developed off that wonderful start and off the turn. His underwater is brilliant, and it really shows. We're out to a body length lead.
Well, he knows he's got to chop over a second off his time this morning to make that qualifying time, and he's making every post a winner at the moment. At the halfway mark, Harrison Turner is airborne, 53.83. Can he keep this speed up? This is a great swim.
Now, he would have known after this morning's heat swim, as we mentioned, he was nearly 2 seconds faster than the nearest qualifier. So he knows that he has to swim his own race tonight if he wants that qualifying time. He's not going to get pushed along by the rest of the field. We do know William Petrick, with a 400 IM pedigree, will move through the field in this third and fourth 50. But really,
wow,
Harrison Turner chasing this qualifying time and having to do it all on his own.
Well, the students at Nudgee College would be standing as one and cheering him on. He's 21 years of age, Harrison Turner. Can he book an individual swim here? Look at this, he's miles ahead of the line. Can he keep going? This is an extraordinary performance from Harrison Turner so far. 20 metres left to swim. I think he's going to get there, Gian. An incredible performance. He came flying out of the blocks and he's going to blow the qualifying time away. He's off to Singapore. 1:54.9. That is the 5th fastest time in Australian history.
Well, we were worried about the qualifying time. We certainly didn't need to be. He smashed it. Massive PB. Incredible swim there.
Harrison Turner. If I was to think of a couple of words to describe that race, brave and courageous would be right at the top of my list. How was that?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah, I actually can't believe it. I mean, I wasn't expecting a time like that. I just put myself out there and yeah, it just happened.
You really backed yourself for this event. You pulled out of the 200 freestyle yesterday. You put all your eggs in this basket. You knew you had to do a personal best to get that qualifying time. And you blew it out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I was like, geez, I'll be lucky to go like under 156. You know, it's a hard race. So I just wasn't expecting this fast. So yeah, I'm just super stoked.
This has to be one of the toughest events on the program. Can you just give our viewers at home an insight into that last 10 metres?
Oh yeah, it's everything's hurting, and yeah, you got nowhere, and you just, yeah, I was dead. So, but head down and yeah, touch the wall as hard as you can. So, yeah.
And you got the results, you got the win. And most importantly, you crushed that qualifying time. Harrison Turner on the plane to Singapore. Mate, so proud.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
From the 2008 Olympics, 14 years later, Hodge broke it, and he's lowered it since. You can see the current world record there, 2:12.03 for Hodge. He set at the trials last year, Ellie.
Quite idyllic that he is racing in the Matthew Cowdery Aquatic Centre. Matthew Cowdery, our greatest Paralympian of all time, 23 Paralympic medalists, 13 of them gold, and Timothy Hodge taking down his world record at the Australian Trials in Brisbane last year, and then taking the gold in Paris as well. So really setting his stamp in history books of this event.
Take your marks.
Away in the final of the men's 200 metres individual medley multi-class. Remember, Hodge, Beta and Pearce in lanes 3, 4 and 5 went under the qualifying times this morning. Hopefully Bo Matthews, the 16-year-old, can achieve the same. He's in lane 2 and has to improve about a second on his personal best, and he's about a length away from the front runners here at the moment.
Now, you'll see Ricky Beta very quick off the blocks here. He is an S14 athlete, meaning that he has full function of his legs, but Cole Pearce, obviously a little slower off that start, being a leg amputee, but really begins to chase him down. We expected that from Cole. Butterfly is his strength. Ricky Beta, very good at the backstroke here, but so is Timothy Hodge. So we might see Timothy Hodge begin to make some ground here.
Yeah, Beta was fantastic in transition, and here comes Hodge up to challenge Pearce. But now is the moment that Cole Pearce has been working on, this transition at the 100-metre mark.
Yes, Cole Pearce as well as Timothy Hodge, both working on that back to breaststroke turn. Now, the interesting thing about the SM9 classification is that the athletes in this class have the lower leg impairments, and so breaststroke, as I'm sure you can imagine, for lower leg impairments can be quite difficult. So you'll see off that breaststroke turn that these athletes will try and get as much as they can out of their pull-out, because their breaststroke isn't as strong, and you can see that with Ricky Beta now pulling away. This is where he really stamps his difference, Ricky Beta, in the speed. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll win the race overall on points, however, because this is a multi-class event.
But he is world class in his classification, SM14, a bronze last year in Paris, and he gets into his freestyle work now, Ricky Beta, and Hodge and Pearce, who are SM9 and SN10 swimmers, are going stroke for stroke. Hodge now in front of Pearce.
Now, Hodge is very, very good at lifting his rate in the last 50 metres. In fact, he is missing fingers on his hands, so he's not grabbing as much catch as Cole Pearce, so he really does rely on getting that rate up and getting it to the wall. But Cole Pearce having a brilliant last 5 metres into the wall.
Breaks the 2:10 barrier. Another qualifying time for Beta. Pearce gets a QT. Hodge as well. And can Bo Matthews do it in lane number 2? 2:18.34. It's just outside it.
Just outside that qualifying time, however, still faster than the heat swim, and he is still quite young at 16 years of age, so I won't be surprised if we see Bo Matthews really go back home, train very hard for that LA Games. He looks disappointed in lane 2, Bo Matthews, to miss that qualifying time. There he is there on our screen.
I do. Cole, to you first. Congratulations, another qualifying time, another booked seat on the way to Singapore. Silver medalist in Paris, silver medalist at the previous World Championship. What does it mean to you to get another crack at the podium?
It's always special. I mean, I'm only 21 years of age, and this is like my 6th team now, so I feel like a bit of a vet, but coming off Paris, that was only 0.1 off what I swam, so I'm sort of spewing a little bit. I probably could have pushed that a little bit harder, but always stoked to make the team.
That's okay. Save it for Singapore, okay? You get another crack. Well done to you tonight. Tim, for you, Paralympic gold medalist, defending world champion. For you, what does it mean to get another shot at a world championship in Singapore?
I mean, for me, it's always a dream come true each year round that I'm able to swim my way onto the team. And yeah, this will be, I think, my 11th year on the team or something like that. So it's literally been half my lifetime in the making. So yeah, it's an absolutely incredible feeling to be able to swim my way back on the team, and especially backing up after last year.
Yeah. See, Cole, you can't call yourself a veteran yet. That's a veteran right over here. And Ricky, congratulations to you. Another chance to go to Singapore and swim at a World Championships. You must be thrilled.
Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with that. It's all about just qualifying for this meet, so I can't complain.
Well, you've done a great job. Congratulations to all three of you. You're heading to Singapore for the IPC World Champs. Well done.
Earlier in the meet in the 100 metres butterfly, so she'll be a fast starter in lane number 3. And Hannah Price, her fellow SM10 competitor, also registered the best quality swim this morning in the heats.
Absolutely, they did. My eyes are on Mia Hogan. She swam a half-second PB this morning.
Between heat and final.
Take your marks.
Away we go in the final of the women's 200 metres individual medley multi-class. So locals, Jasmine Fulgrave and Taylor Corrie in lanes 1 and 6. Fast starters in the centre lanes, the likes of Stephanie Brazizi in lane 4, Kale Thompson in 5, and the fastest starter of all is Taylor Corrie in 6.
Taylor Corrie leading out the field in lane 6. She is a 19-time Australian champion, very familiar with these waters when it comes to the national championships. We have only seen her on one Paralympic team, but she's one of those athletes that just loves to come back year after year, and backstroke is one of her strengths here. As you can see, she's nice and long. She has some great body position, but I'm keeping my eye on lane 1. Jasmine Fulgrave, she is our best chance at a qualifier for this evening. She is 20 years old from Marion. She's very familiar with this pool. She trains at Sassy under Kate Sparks at the local Olympic and Paralympic training centre here. I'm sure she has a grandstand full of family, but her qualifying time, 2:38.77. You will see her transition into the breaststroke. Being an arm amputee in the SM9 category, you will expect that leg to be quite strong.
What a second 50 it was from Mia Hogan, the 13-year-old from Albury Swim Club, a stablemate of Sienna Tui. She'd love to produce a breaststroke leg like Sienna would.
I wouldn't be surprised, Speedy, because she's certainly used to a high load. She's only 13 years of age, so she is very used to recovering these high loads, getting the experience of racing. In fact, at Age Nationals in April, we saw Mia Hogan enter in 9 different events, and she came away with 8 gold medals. So she effectively is our Sienna Tui of the Paralympic space, but we did see her take out this 200-metre individual medley event at the Australian Age Championships in April. She is visually impaired. She trains under the same coach as Sienna Tui, so I'm sure they're quite familiar at racing and training alongside each other.
What a breaststroke 50 that was from Brazizi to take control of the race in the pool. She goes in the 100 metres breaststroke tomorrow,
and transitioned beautifully into the freestyle leg. But now the challenges are coming, and is it looking good for Jasmine Fulgrave? Remember that time she needs for a qualifier, 2:38.77. She's at top of screen in lane number 1. Can she achieve that here?
Well, she's not letting the field get away with it. They're just closing in now on their last 15 metres. So we will be keeping an eye on that clock for Jasmine Fulgrave. She has not yet made an Australian team. It will be lovely to see her do that tonight.
So it's a blanket finish, no QTs yet, and just outside for Fulgrave as well. It's a fantastic race.
She should not be disappointed with that race by any means. It's a huge personal best time for her by almost 3 seconds, and she was actually just under a second outside that qualifying time. So if anything, that's going to give her a lot of confidence to go back, train alongside all of the sports science services that she has available here at SASI. Hopefully we'll see her on the Australian Dolphins team next year. I'm really impressed with the performances of our para flippers squad at this competition in particular. We're building up a great Paralympic uplift program within Australia. Now seeing lots of athletes come through the pathways which were never available when I was a young swimmer. It's looking very bright for our future.
Great reception for Springett Kelly, last on the wall in 3:23.62, the SM6 competitor.
Absolutely, James. That's the order of the day in the one-lap dash. So, Gian, we know Cam has been to 4 Olympics. He's trying, and we think he probably will continue on to LA and become the first Australian swimmer to go to 5 games. If he qualifies here, and we expect him to do so, he'll become the first male dolphin to go to 7 world champs.
It's huge, isn't it? Absolutely huge what he's been able to achieve and continues to achieve, and has brought that excitement back into the sport for him. I wouldn't sign off on a crack at 2032 Olympics either.
Wow. There's a bold prediction. Things haven't quite fallen Kai Taylor's way on the opening 2 nights. We'll see whether he can do something improved tonight. Jamie Jack, as we've just pointed out, hoping to emulate his sister and make the Dolphins team. So Cam's still got the pyjama top on, but when you're as fast as that, you can wear whatever you like. We expect it to be a McAvoy Chalmers showdown, but in fact, there's just over a 1/10 of a second between Jamie Jack, Cam McAvoy and Isaac Cooper. Kyle swam 22:07 this morning, but I think he had a little bit in hand.
Isaac Cooper was 4th in this event at the Open World Championship 23. Kyle, obviously the 100 is his main event. He loves having a crack at this 50, but it's not his priority. But that might change as the years go on. Flynn Southam is in lane 7. Silver and bronze medalist in Paris out of relays. Rounding out the field, Tane Bidouin from the Knox Pinball Club.
What an occasion for him, swimming against the big dogs. So he gave us such a thrill in Paris, Cam McAvoy, and this is just a mouth-watering showdown. The King in his home pool. He's been in blistering touch so far this year. It's below his optimum distance, but can he pull something out and wow the crowd? 50 freestyle underway. McAvoy in the water and first to emerge. He's already opened up a good lead. What a start by Cam McAvoy. Is the world record in play? It's been there since 2009. The red line slipping away, but McAvoy, what a swim. He's had an interrupted preparation. He's just too good. Kyle Chalmers second. They both get the qualifying time.
Wow,
it just gets better with age.
What a swim from Cam. From the start, and this is what makes him so good. There is not 1 millimetre of this 50-metre race that he has not analysed in training, worked on, broken it down to every single aspect of the race, and got to the point where he knows exactly what to do, doesn't deviate from the script. It doesn't matter if he's had an interrupted preparation. It is the same process every single time. So that start was extraordinary. He already had a lead as soon as he surfaced to the water. Head down, no breaths, all the way to the wall. Just see Shayna Jack there, watching for Jamie Jack where he has finished.
So 5 of the field here have gone under 22 seconds. That's blistering pace. That's the 9th fastest time in Australian history.
And
Cam owns 8 of the top 10 times.
And that also goes to show the Cam McAvoy effect. Because all of a sudden you see someone doing something differently, you have a thought process about it, you watch what they're doing. He's just won an Olympic final last year, and then all of a sudden everyone else goes, okay, I'm going to get dragged along with that.
The 2 speed machines are poolside with Kate Campbell.
Cameron McAvoy, Olympic champion. We know that you are a bit of a mad scientist. You're always cooking up something. We know that you're always going after that next little bit of improvement. What have you been working on since Paris?
The 53. No, it went all right. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, honestly, I can't really fault that at all. So I'm just stoked to hit a 21.3 again and, yeah, be here.
It has been a really big year for you outside of the pool.
Yeah.
You got engaged, you got married, you have a baby on the way.
Yeah.
How's that changed your mindset?
Massively. Big year for the both of us, actually. So, yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. Finishing this meet and not even having Worlds is the next thing. The baby coming is the next thing. So, yeah, it's been indescribable. So, shout out to Maddie at home. I know she wanted to be here, but next time you'll be here with the little boy.
Well, I was just going to say, you haven't timed it very well. Because isn't your little young man due at the same time as Worlds?
Yeah, give or take a few weeks. I think we'll be right.
All right, just tell Maddie to cross her legs a little bit longer. Kyle! Congratulations, mate. Fantastic swim.
Thank you, yeah. Nice to do a PB in front of a home crowd.
You have torn up this pool many, many times, but like Cam, it's kind of been your life outside of the pool that has taken up much of your time and mind space.
For sure, and I think that's why I'm able to swim fast and produce times like that this year. Like I swam quite well in Europe, and then to be able to back it up here at home is special. But yeah, life outside of the pool's going really well, and it's been awesome being able to go through it with Cam and have conversations I never thought we'd be having conversations about, like going up in the gym and talking baby stuff. It's very foreign, especially for me, but it's super exciting, and to be able to go through it together with someone I've looked up to my whole swimming career is very special.
What excites you most about becoming a dad?
Honestly, I think having my daughter in the stands watching me is something that's really motivating me to continue on, and the thought of being at the Olympic Games and having a potential 3-year-old there with me will be very special if I'm able to do that.
Yeah, we can see your beautiful fiancé there with a beautiful bump on the way. Now, Kyle, you have the 100 tomorrow night. Can you give us a little inkling of what you got in store for us?
Who knows? I mean, to be able to do a PB tonight in the 50 is very special, so it shows my speeds there. So hopefully I'm able to execute the things we've been working on day in, day out with my new coaches who have sacrificed so much to help me get to this point and believe again. So I'm just hoping to make them proud and produce a really good time tomorrow night.
Well, you two boys... Well, Cam, come back in. You two boys have absolutely set this pool on fire tonight, and you have booked that ticket to Singapore. Congratulations. It has been an absolute dream to watch you tonight.
There's just 3 competitors here in the women's 50 metres backstroke multi-class, including 12-year-old local Paige Duffy from the Clover Crest Swimming Club. She's in the middle of her 7-event program.
Certainly a busy program for Paige Duffy, but absolutely loving the experience of walking out onto pool deck tonight and racing at a trials.
In lane 4, representing Runaway Bay, Lillian Gould.
Lillian Gould showing who's boss, having a lot of fun out of there. Her brother Samuel also racing at this competition, and here's Alyssa Gillespie. We saw her have a brilliant 50-metre breaststroke yesterday. She did touch first in time. She looks like she was enjoying herself out there. Knox Pymble Swim Club, the same swim club where we saw Declan Budd qualify for his first Australian swim team.
They just must have seen that package of Benny Hance and what he did for the walkout in Paris and thought they better fire up here. This is good stuff.
Absolutely. I wish I could go back in time and change my tune. Benny Hance, a huge inspiration. looking forward to seeing him in the next heat. Chase down that world record. Our 3 competitors in the pool for this evening's women's 50-metre backstroke aren't eligible for a team selection. This is only a qualifying event for athletes S1 to S5, which is our higher needs athletes such as Scooter Patterson, Ahmed Kelly and Rachel Watson. They'll be using this one to set themselves up for the 100-metre backstroke later in the week.
Gaining invaluable experience here on the national stage. 12-year-old Paige Duffy, top of screen, lane number 3. 15-year-old Lillian Gould showing up in front after that start in the pink cap in lane 4. And Alyssa Gillespie will try and make her charge in lane number 5.
Lillian Gould off to a very fast start in the backstroke. She had a brilliant start there and she's making some incredible speed. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a personal best time from her this morning, and that's what it's all about for the athletes that are in the pool. It's all about gaining experience there and eligible for selection.
Gillespie strong at the back end here. It's Gould on the wall in front. Touchpad didn't work, but a clear winner on the wall. Her time will be ratified very soon. And she's pretty happy with her work.
Still waiting for that time to come up, I suspect, in lane 4 from Lillian Gould. It was a soft touch that didn't register the touchpad. Still looks like a fast time from her. She was behind her to search for the wall there. There it is, 37.28, a huge personal best time for our 15-year-old from Runaway Bay.
So time has been confirmed, 37.28 for Lily Ann Gould. And that's a time to now work on, try and get even lower in the years to come for the 15-year-old.
I suspect she's had a lot of head knocks in training with that wall. She had a bit of a look after that first stroke with that intellectually impaired athletes. They do have difficulty approaching the wall there in the backstroke.
Straight into the men's 50 metres backstroke multi-class final featuring 5 competitors, and Benny Hance, much of the focus on him. 26.22 this morning. The world record is 26.15. He broke it in the Queensland Champs last December. In lane number 2, it is Ellie Kerr from Warrnambool.
In lane 3, representing Coffs Harbour, Ethan Blocky.
Ethan Blocky, our 18-year-old from Coffs Harbour, also entered in 7 events here, but his idol is Timothy Hodge.
Oh, he's playing it cool.
He is
Box
playing
office.
it very cool.
Benny Hance.
It's a very low-key entrance for Benny Hance. He's got a big smile on his face.
Tommy Gallagher calls Hance the GOAT. That was his social media post today. Tom Gallagher, OAM.
Tom Gallagher also is the GOAT, Paralympic gold medalist.
Caden Smith rounding out the field in lane number 6 from the Camden Amateur Swim Club in Sydney. So we heard in that feature piece on Benny Hance about what the obstacles are for him, and he talked about the 15-metre point that he's got to break the water by. That's his biggest focus.
He's been working incredibly hard with his coach, Ash Delaney. Now, Ash Delaney himself has a lot of experience in the backstroke events. In fact, he was an Olympic silver medalist, part of the relay that took out that silver medal in Beijing 2008. Trains at St. Andrews. Benny Hance under Ash Delaney there, and absolute masterclass in backstroke. But very much like Cam McAvoy, he understands, Ben Hance, that the 50 metres is all about getting every part of that race right. The first 15 metres, that middle part, and then being able to hold that stroke together and that rate up in the last 10 metres.
Yeah, held them a long time. So Benny Hance has to coil up and get ready to go again. How disruptive is that for the swimmers?
Look, we prepare for moments like this. Obviously, we would love the opportunity to be able to just dive straight into the race. However, you know, these things do happen. We understand that they happen, but it's all about getting yourself mentally reset. We saw Benny Hance let go of the blocks and then reset himself again.
Away he goes in pursuit of his own world record. Look at the strong underwater from Benny Hance, who comes up about 3/4 of a body length in front of Tom Gallagher, his great mate in lane number 5, who raced in the 53 heats in the able-bodied earlier today. So the world record line within touching distance of Benny Hans. 26.15 the target. He might be able to reel it in here, Benny. Come on, box office.
Benny.
Can he get it done? 26.09. Yes. Give him another world record.
I'm not used to seeing Benny Hans playing it so cool, especially after a world record swim. He looks pretty happy. The little eyebrow raise there. Got the job done.
Takes 6/100ths of a second off his world mark set in Brisbane just before Christmas last year. And we have our first world record of the meet.
You just broke a world record, mate.
Thanks, but that wasn't. I was going to go 25 tonight. It was so close. So, yeah.
I saw you having a little look at the scoreboard and your replay of the race as you came out of the pool. Do you reckon the start maybe threw you a little bit?
Nah, those things happen. We'll be fine, you know.
Absolute consummate professional. Now we know that you have a great support system behind you and your mum is watching in the crowd. What do you want to say to her?
I love you, Mum. And, yeah.
That's pretty special. That's pretty special. Now, Benny.
Yeah.
You're Paralympic champion. Twice over. We got the big dance on Friday, 100 back.
Yeah.
What do you got in store for us?
I'll break the record, but not by too much this meet. I don't really want them to know my full potential. You know, they've gone... Don't get me wrong, the competition's really good, but if I turn up a 56 mid to low, they'll be like, okay, that's beatable, and then, yeah, they won't come back. They'll go to shot put.
You got it all worked out. Well, I'm going to throw a shot put to Gian, who has your very proud mum in the stands. Let's see what she has to say.
That's right, the lovely Fiona. You must be so proud of Ben. He was extraordinary tonight, a world record.
It's awesome. And I loved that part before he came out. It was very emotional.
I can imagine it being emotional for you, but we've been all talking about how low-key he is here. Is that a more maturing Ben?
I just think that he takes it as it comes. That's Benny. We're having a lovely time at the Airbnb and relaxing before we come out. Yeah, he's really looking forward to Friday.
It has been such a huge 12 months for Ben and your family, and riding the highest of highs and the lowest of lows last year must have been incredibly difficult. How proud are you of him and how he has handled it?
I don't have any words. It's just amazing. I'm just immensely proud of him. Yeah.
Oh, he's done so well, and he looks so proud out there on pool deck as well. And I love the fact of I'm not going to give any tactics away. Yeah. A bit like Lex Leary. I don't want to give any tactics away. I want to do it in Singapore. Is that the game plan?
Yeah, the game plan, and I'm going over and watching, so I'm really happy about that.
Oh, fantastic. We can't wait to see you in the stands. Congratulations again, Ben. Congratulations to you, Fiona. We can't wait to see you in Singapore.
Thanks, Brace. It's a fascinating event, this one, the 800 freestyle. I don't know if there's any box office Benny, but there's certainly a sizzling Sam, because he has been in imperious form in the 400 earlier in the week, and of course second in the 200 metres. Speak of Sam Short, the Australian record holder.
Take your marks.
They're in the water for the final race on what's been a captivating third night here in Adelaide. Hi, Arnie. Hi, Gian.
Hi, I made it up the stairs. Here I am for a wonderful 800 freestyle.
Tell me about Ben Godemans.
Ben Godemans, he's a young athlete who moved over to Dean Boxall's program maybe 3 years ago, and he was very green, but he has absolutely learned how to train. He's one of my favourite training partners, and he's just come leaps and bounds the past 12 months. And he's obviously the national champion from Nationals last month in the 800, and it'd be amazing to see him here potentially sneak onto the team, but it's going to be tough with Elijah and Sam both as silver medalists at the World Championships.
So it's Sam Short leading the way narrowly from Elijah Winnington, Matt Galea in lane 6, and Ben Godemans in lane 3.
So this is a tough assignment, I think, for Elijah tonight. He was good in the 400, 200 was slightly off. We know he's had a shortened and interrupted preparation leading into this, Arnie. this is probably one of his toughest assignments this week.
Exactly, and his goal will be to stick with Sam. But Sam has this newfound speed this week. He did a PB in his 200 freestyle, and he should be utilising this in this first half of the race, keeping his legs nice and soft, saving them for the second 400, because if it does come down to a match race between Elijah and Sam, that's where they need the legs at the end.
Well, using his speed, he was nearly a second under the world record there. Just bear in mind, this world record, Lin Jiang, 7:37.76. It was set back in 2009. It's a super suit world record, so it's unlikely it's going to go. But wow, Sam Short has charged out.
151.94, that's very fast out in the first 200. He is now a 145 swimmer in the 200 freestyle, which is a PB, but 6 seconds off your best 200 freestyle in the first quarter of an 800 is swift. He's moving tonight.
So 4 swimmers ahead of the qualifying time here. Short from Winnington, then Galea, then Godemans have opened up a little bit of a break on the rest of the field already.
So if Sam continues the way that he's swimming, that world record of 7:32.12 is, as you just said, bonkers. But
that's a good way to put it.
But Sam owns a Commonwealth record of 7:37.76, and that could be in play tonight. We've seen a resurgence of Sam. We know that he didn't have the Paris Olympics that he wanted. It was completely derailed by injury and illness, and huge disappointment for him, to the point where he questioned why he was doing the sport. He started working with a psychologist after Paris, and it's really changed his mindset. He's found the love of swimming again, and he's renewed. He's done some altitude training for the first time, raced overseas, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, that was a disappointment. I'm putting it in the past. Let's make LA the priority now. I've got 4 years to work towards the goal once again, and I'm going to start by blowing it away in Singapore.
Let's welcome Australia's head swimming coach, Rowan Taylor. Great to catch up with you, Rowan. Firstly, let's start with what we're watching at the moment. How good is it to see Sam Short back fit and firing?
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, it's great. Great to see Sammy back. He's been, as Gian just said, he's done some different things in the last few months, and he's really happy, and he's been training well. So he's putting it in the pool right now, and it's exciting to see.
Rowan, some of the younger, unheralded swimmers this week must be pleasing you to no end. What about Harrison Turner tonight?
Yeah, that was really good. You know, he was out really quick this morning, and he faded away in the last 50, and it was great to see him hold on and put up a time that I don't think we've seen since 2009. I think Nick Darcy went to 154.4 in 2009, so hasn't been anyone near that since then. So that's very, very exciting for us.
Rowan, how excited are you by this team that's formulating? Because we keep talking about the fact that we've lost so many of our big names and our consistent performers after Paris, but we're building and putting together a really exciting team for the next few years.
Yeah, gee, you know, I've been around long enough now to see the generations shift, and, you know, when people step away, opportunities are opened up for the talent coming through, and it's, you know, competitions like this that provide that opportunity for them to step into the positions, and then we take them overseas and we go from there. Year one, we've got an extra year this cycle. We only had 3 between Tokyo and Paris, so we've got 4 years, or 3 and a bit now, so it's going to be exciting to see who continues to come through.
Did you shed a tear with Sienna Tui last night, Rowan?
Oh, I had a big smile on my face. It was very, very nice. I mean, you know, Sienna done the great. Lee Nugent and Simon Cusack and Gary Barkley in the youth program have done a great job in working with Wayne Gould, her coach, and she's been doing some work with Shannon Rowlandson at the AIS, who's a world-class breaststroke coach, and they've really been developing her. And to see it come to fruition, I think, is exciting. And you know, Ariane and G, you guys will remember your first time breaking through on the national team. It was a lot of pressure to be able to do it and deliver is really exciting.
Great to talk to you, Coach. We're trying to convince Arnie to get back in the pool soon, so leave that with us. Have a good week.
All right, be well. Thanks a lot.
Rowan Taylor joining us poolside. Always good to catch up with him. He's got plenty to smile about this week, including this swim by Sam Short. This is breathtaking, Arnie.
Absolutely breathtaking. He's absolutely taken the lead here and clearing away. But I am looking at Ben Godemans in lane 3. He is right up alongside Elijah Whittington. And I'm telling you, when you get a whiff of a chance to potentially make your first Australian team, it gives you this boost. It gives you this adrenaline that you probably haven't felt before, and it will be up to Elijah to try and hold him off. but Benny is absolutely giving him a crack here, and he's breathing on his right side. So when he's coming home, he'll be looking towards Elijah on the last lap.
150 metres to swim. Sam Short's got this race parcelled up. It's a question of how fast he goes, but as Ariane says, Ben Godemans, he's gone past Elijah Winnington. He hasn't been at his best this week, Elijah, and Ben Godemans is poised to cause an upset with respect to that second qualification spot in the 800 freestyle. This is unbelievable by Sam Short.
This is the Sam Short we know and love. This is the Sam Short we had before Paris. This is what we're used to him seeing, attacking races, leading from the start. So disappointing for him, his Paris campaign, because this is how he wanted to attack those Olympics and he wasn't given the opportunity. He's not going to let any other opportunity go amiss, and is proving it here in Adelaide. He's a renewed athlete.
7:37.76 is his Australian record. That's probably out of the frame at the moment. But look at this. He might have just powered down a fraction, actually. He's 5 body lengths ahead. And Godemans has left Elijah Winnington in his wake, aren't he?
Oh, I'm so happy for Benny. I truly hope he can get under this qualifying time here. Oh, come on, Benny. I feel like a teammate here. I've just seen him.
You're
work
allowed
so
to
hard.
cheer. Oh, he's got it. He's ahead of the line. But Sam Short, he has bounced back in the most emphatic way. That's the swim of a champion. 7:40.95, and Ben Godemans has got a ticket next to him to Singapore. What a way to end a sensational night. We've got a problem with the touchpad once again, but Godemans is the second place finisher here. Winnington in third, and Matt Galea in fourth spot.
Oh, amazing from Sam Short there. Back to near his best, 7:40.95. And Benny Godemans, we're just waiting for his time to come up here, but he'll absolutely be under that qualifying time and on his way to Singapore. Another rookie on the team.
Firing. What did you make of your race tonight?
I think it was good. I just really wanted to just dominate the race as best I could and try to be fearless, and I went out there, probably got a bit complacent towards the end. It's always easier when you got those internationals next to you, but I mean 7:40, and I know I got more to come, so happy.
Now, you hold the Australian record in this event. Now, so you are number one. Can I just list the 2 other names underneath you? We have Grant Hackett and Ian Thorpe. You stand atop that podium of champions. What does a stat like that mean to you?
Well, I'm a bit of a nerd, so I've been chasing that for ever since I can know how to read. I think I've read the rankings more than I've read a book, so yeah, it's amazing. They're my idols growing up. I've seen every race they've done on YouTube probably a million times, and it's just an honour to be a part of such a great history that Australia has.
Well, it's an absolute honour to watch you. I tell you what is an honour, getting that gold cap. Ben, congratulations. You're a Dolphin.
I'm speechless. I was coming in here thinking more the 1500, but after the 400, I thought I could be maybe on for the 8, and I just held in. Yeah, I'm just so happy to actually be on the team.
Now, you train in Dean Boxall's program alongside some of the greats of the sport. Ariane Titmus is up in that commentary box, and she was going absolutely ballistic. What does it mean to be in a program with such high caliber?
It's amazing, like being able to swim with Elijah, who, you know, I idolise a bit, and just being able to train with him, and I wouldn't be here without him and the rest of the squad and the support stuff that we have at St. Peter's.
Yeah, your idols become your rivals. Now, Sam, you have a massive program. You've got the 1500 metres. What is recovery like?
I'm very excited for a day off tomorrow, so I'm going to be sleeping in. If my mum knocks on my door in the morning, she's going to cop it. So, definitely looking forward to a sleep. Lots of food. That's the beauty of distance swimming. I can just eat my body weight in carbs. So, really excited for dinner.
Great. Someone get this man a Pizza Hut sponsorship. Brace, over to you.